Hello viewers, this is a story based on true events about a mysterious caller that goes by the name Saif. Till this day nothing of him has ever been discovered. This is a non-fictional story put together by drake.mp4. Hope you enjoy this story. I never expected that a simple Microsoft Teams call would lead me down a path of terror and fear. My name is Abdelrahman, and I'm a 13-year-old boy living in the United Arab Emirates. I loved spending my free time playing video games and chatting with my friends online, but one day, my life took an unexpected turn. It all started with a simple notification on my laptop. It was a Microsoft Teams call from a user named Saif. I didn't recognize the username, but I answered the call anyway out of curiosity. As soon as I picked up, the call ended abruptly. I shrugged it off and went back to my games. The next day, the same thing happened again. Another call from Saif that ended immediately. I didn't think too much of it until something strange started happening. Every time Saif called, a shawarma appeared at my front door. I didn't order it, and I didn't know who did. It was as if the shawarma magically appeared out of nowhere. I thought it was a weird coincidence, but it kept happening. Every day, at the same time, Saif would call, and a shawarma would appear. I didn't know what to do or how to explain it. My parents thought it was a prank, but I knew deep down that it was something more sinister. One night, I decided to answer the call from Saif and confront him. As soon as I picked up, a deep voice spoke on the other end. Abdelrahman, I've been watching you.
Hello Abdelrahman, Muhammad Ali Mashraf. I've been watching you for a very long time now. It's time I reveal some of myself. I know everything about you. Everything you could ever think of, and everything you could not even think of. And I am coming soon. Just wait.
My heart raced as I listened to the voice on the other end of the line. It was distorted and hard to make out, but the words were chilling. I know everything about you. Your habits, your friends, your family. I can make things happen, things that you can't explain. I was terrified. Who was this person, and how did they know so much about me? I tried to end the call, but the voice kept speaking. You can't hide from me. I'll always be watching you. I hung up the call and ran to my parents' room, but they didn't believe me. They thought I was just scared and imagining things. I couldn't blame them. The whole situation sounded insane. But things only got worse from there. The shawarmas that appeared at my front door started to look different. They were rotten, covered in mold and maggots. The smell was unbearable, and I couldn't figure out how they got there. I started to see strange things in my room at night. Shadows moving in the corners of my eyes. Whispers in the darkness. I couldn't sleep, and I was constantly on edge. Every time my laptop beeped with a Teams notification, I felt my heart rate spike. The calls from Saif became more frequent, and the voice on the other end started to get louder and more menacing. One day, I couldn't take it anymore. I called my best friend, Hadi, and told him everything that had been happening. He listened intently, and when I finished, he told me to come over to his house. Hadi lived a few blocks away, and I ran to his house as fast as I could. When I got there, he was waiting for me with a determined look on his face. He told me that we were going to solve this together, and we sat down to brainstorm. We went over everything that had happened, trying to make sense of it. Then, Hadi had an idea. He suggested we try to track the source of the Teams calls. We spent the whole night searching for any clues that could lead us to the identity of Saif. We combed through my laptop, looking for any files or programs that could be used to trace the call. We even called a few of our tech-savvy friends to see if they could help us out. But no matter what we tried, we couldn't find anything. It was like Saif was a ghost, and he knew how to cover his tracks. Days turned into weeks, and the situation only got worse. The calls from Saif became more frequent, and the shawarmas that appeared at my door became more disgusting. The things I saw in my room at night were becoming more real and terrifying. I felt like I was losing my mind. Then, one day, something happened that changed everything. I was walking home from school when I saw a man in a hooded sweatshirt following me. He was trying to be subtle, but I could see him out of the corner of my eye. I started to run, but he was too fast. He caught up to me and grabbed me by the arm. I struggled, trying to get free, but he was too strong. Then, he pulled back his hood, and I saw his face. It was Saif. He smiled at me, and I could see the madness in his eyes. "Hello, Abdelrahman," he said. "I see you've been trying to find me." I was paralyzed with fear, and I couldn't move or speak. Saif leaned in close to me and whispered, "You can't hide from me, Abdelrahman. I'll always be watching you." Then, he let go of my arm and disappeared into the crowd. I ran home as fast as I could, my heart racing. When I got there, I locked all the doors and windows and sat in my room, trembling. I knew that Saif was out there somewhere, watching me, waiting for his next move. That was the last time I heard from Saif. The calls stopped, and the shawarmas stopped appearing at my door. But the memory of what had happened stayed with me, haunting me for years to come. Looking back, I still don't know who Saif was, or why he did what he did. But I do know that he left a lasting impression on me, one that I'll never forget. And every time I hear the beep of a Teams notification, I feel a shiver run down my spine, wondering if it's him, waiting to strike again.